Hello, runninghottakes.com audience, just coming at you with a bit of a Rick Mercer style unfiltered bit before the race videos. You know, drinking water straight from the tap, but just needed to explain a couple things before the video starts. Number one, we tried out a new camera for the women's race. Didn't go so well, so we apologize for any footage that's a bit rough. We will do better at U Sports. And number two, you're gonna hear us mention kilometers for public health care and the pandemic a couple times. You know, people are still getting sick. That's the nature of it. And unfortunately, it's not a choice between ignoring it and lockdowns. There's a vast middle ground in between those things. Whew, it's foggy. But yeah, there's a vast middle ground that we are not doing. Includes things like wearing good masks, includes things like giving people paid sick days, obviously, you know, giving students hybrid learning options so that they don't have to get their classmates sick, giving people tests and tracking who's getting sick. It's not that hard. You know, it probably works better than a lockdown approach because there never really was a lockdown. It was always lock down the fun stuff and go to work. We don't want that. We want to make the fun stuff safe. You can help us by looking up kilometers for public health care. We recently ran a marathon a couple weeks ago in a mask to show that it's not that hard to wear a mask and protect others around you, especially the immunocompromised and disabled folks, but everyone's at risk, you know, so especially people out west. You've got a big flight to U Sports, 6 hours in a flying metal tube. Make sure you got a good mask. It's a long time in a plane, and unfortunately the Liberal government has abandoned mask mandates in the airplanes. So prayers up. Hopefully everyone gets to line safe. Hopefully everyone gets to line healthy. We're going to take a bit of a break from kilometers for public health care for the next bit to focus on other stuff, but we will come back to it, so let us know if you're interested. And if anyone needs e-transfer for a good mask, let me know. I can send you some dollars. And yeah, we just want everyone to get to that line safe. Until then, watch out for zombies in the fog. We'll get you some good videos, and wow, it is dark too, brutal, but we'll see everyone at Halifax. All right, enjoy the video. Psych! Okay, because we were late to the start of the women's race, we didn't get a chance to do a rundown of all the athletes. So to be fair, we're gonna do it right now, post-race. But pre-race for you watching the videos. So to lead, we had Guelph. They were the OUA champion in 2021. They were third at U Sports. They're led by Olivia Roussel, who was the OUA bronze medalist last year. Nina Whitford, who was seventh at OUA's last year. Sadie Jane Hickson, who's the U Sports 1K and 600 meter champion from this past winter. Also has been having a really good, strong season. Won the Bayfront meet 2 weeks prior to OUA's. Hannah Woodhouse, who's a fifth-year eligibility. She was a first-team All-Canadian in 2019, but has been Guelph's fifth runner around at a lot of the races this year, so it shows how strong their team is. And then Michelle Gray, who's a rookie, was bronze at also over 1,500 meters. Last year. She's been having a good season. She's been Guelph's second runner at a lot of these races. So we'll move on to Western. They were second at OUA's last year. They were also second at U Sports, where they beat Guelph. So they're led by Sophie and Chloe Coots, who were 32nd and 69 nice last year at U Sports. They've both improved a lot over the past year. Sophie was second at the Bayfront Open 2 weeks prior. They also have Ann Carruthers, who was 26th at OUA's last year. They have Heidi Orling, who was 11th at U Sports last year. She was Western's top runner, was a big reason why they were able to take that silver medal and beat out Guelph for the best OUA team at U Sports last year. She's in medical school. It's tough school, but we'll see how she can do this year. She was 14th at Bayfront. Erica Jordan and Hallie Nelson, also some good runners on Western. Nelson was 7th over the K at U Sports in the winter. Not quite a cross-country top-end runner, but a good person to have there as your 6th or 7th. McMaster. So McMaster was 3rd last year at OUAs and 6th at U Sports. They're led by Hannah Goodjohn and Rosalind Barrett. Goodjohn was 7th at the Bob Biggers race, 13th at Bayfront. She was 15th at OUAs last year, just missing out on that second team Ontario. Rosalind Barrett, she was an alternate for McMaster last year, but having a really good season, was 10th at the Biggers race in September, 7th at Bayfront, and yeah, we'll see what she can do at OUAs here. Morgan McEwen coming back for McMaster. She was a U Sports 3K finalist in 2020, has been dealing with some injuries. It's good to see her back. There's also Sarah Nolan, Kayla Overholt, and Emma Waddington for the Marauders. So pretty strong threat, not quite sure they'll challenge for the win. Also another threat maybe for bronze there is Queens, who's led by Manon Pluvier and Emma Graham. They were 6th and 15th at the Bayfront race. Really went out hot in the front. We'll see if they do that again. Elizabeth Vroom, a rookie with a good name. Ella Lane and Sarah Lacey rounding out some of those top 5 runners for Queens. And then rounding out some of the teams here, we have Toronto, who was 5th at OUAs last year. They're led by Christina Esposito, who was 21st at OUAs last year. Waterloo, who was 6th at OUAs last year. They're led by Claudia Heaney, who is a medalist, I'm told, at Junior Speed Skating World Championships. So pretty strong in speed skating. It's been transferring over to cross country. She's been having a really good year. And then Windsor, who was 7th at OUAs last year, they're led by Nicole LaRue and Samara Quans. Quans was 10th last year, was the 2nd best rookie in that race last year to only Sophie Coots. So we'll see how they can do. And then some other individuals who don't really have a team to work with that's as good as Noemi Beauregard, who was 12th at the Bayfront race from Ottawa, and Pascal Gendron from Laurentian, who was 17th at Bayfront. This race was won by Kiana Gibson last year from Guelph in a time of 29 minutes 40 seconds. Kiana attending UBC this year. And Guelph won with just 19 points last year. Really low score, but it shows what it can take to win at OUAs. We'll stop talking, being annoying. We'll let you get to the race videos.
All right, we're here at the 2022 OUA Cross Country Championships at Thames Valley Golf Course. Just seeing the girls come up the hill, the big hill, about 1.3K into the race. It's gonna be a good one today.
That's it, Claudia, you got this.
Tight battle between Western and Guelph, potentially McMaster, and potentially Queens.
That's it, Warriors, work together. Work together, you got it. All right, go catch them. You got it.
8K cross country today for the women first and then the men. Started a couple minutes early, caught us off guard. Plus We always run perpetually late at not Tracky Studios, so that's always good. And this course is a classic case of a hardcore spectator course. You can see this spectator getting over here. Got to do a lot of running to get all the spots. And so it looks like Sadie Jane Hickson for the lead. Early for Guelph, and Crothers there for Western. In second, also the Coote sisters, Sophie and Chloe. Mana Pluvier, Nina Whitford are up there. This is about 2K into the race, 1/4 done.
There you go. That's it, Mare. Come on, Meredith. Let yourself go, kiddo. Great job, man.
Good, I think. They're looking good.
All right.
Yeah.
So going down that hill over there, I do a bit of a U-turn and come back up here. We'll see them in a bit. Like I was saying earlier, Guelph and Western are the favorites. Guelph was the OUA champion last year. Western second place last year, but took Guelph down at U Sports, where Western came second and Guelph came third. And there are lots of Guelph in that front pack, lots of Western in that second group. A lot of people will go out early at OUAs. It's the first championship race of the season. I always like to joke about the OUA curse, where the winner of OUAs is cursed to do poorly at U Sports. Doesn't always ring true, just kind of a thing I guess other runners like to say because they're jealous, but there have been instances of people really going all out, full gas at OUAs and not having much left at U Sports. But we are going to go over at around 3K into the race to catch the leaders. All right, so coming around, you can see them maybe a little bit off in the distance. We'll be about 4K where I'm at. Guelph had a lot of people in that front pack there. They have a pretty stacked roster. They won the Bob Viggers race here 1 month ago. Michelle Gray, a rookie doing really well, was their second runner at the Bob Viggers race and the Paul Short race they did in Indiana. Pretty impressive as a rookie.
Let's go, Grant! Come on, lady!
Hannah Woodhouse on the team, first team All-Canadian in 2019.
Let's go, Griffin!
In that front pack, we see Hickson, Whitford, and Roussel. Roussel was bronze here last year.
Let's go, Griff!
Hickson was fourth here last year. He's the 1K and 600 meter champion at U Sports. She also won the Bayfront Open in Hamilton 2 weeks ago. Whitford was 7th here last year, first team All-Ontario. So pretty stacked up there for Guelph. Western had a few up there too. We'll go check.
Right with Queens there. Get up there.
Check out this pack here. McMaster runner and a Queens. That could be the battle for third. We're now gonna come around here, check who else is in that lead group. That's Annika Ariano also up there for Guelph filling in. Hasn't really been racing this year. I believe that's Chloe Coots in the lead group, followed by Sophie. MadDawg Pluvier falling back a little bit there for Queens, then Carruthers, then Good John, the first runner for McMaster.
Good running, Claudia. You got it.
So it's looking good for Guelph right now, but there's still 3K to go. That's Waddington and Trelevin for McMaster. All right, we're gonna head over there. All right, so we will get a good look coming up here. We had Sophie Coots, who was 32nd at U Sports. Last year was Western's 5th runner, contributing to that silver medal. For those of you who don't know, how cross-country team scoring works is you add up the top 5 places of the 7 runners on your team, and the lowest score wins. So 1 is very useful, and that's what place Sadie Jane Hickson is in right now. Sophie Coots, also her twin sister, a bit further back there, you can see for Western. But there are 4 Guelphs. Rosalind Barrett up there in 5th for McMaster, having a really good race. She was an alternate last year, not on the championship roster. This year finished 7th at the Bayfront Open 2 weeks ago, 10th at the Bob Viggers invite. And we saw those Western runners trying to make a contest of it with Guelph. It looks like McMaster's ahead of Queens. I gotta do some counting. This is Heidi Orling, was 11th last year at U Sports. And here's Waddington and Trelevin. We're gonna go back and catch up with the leaders.
Go, Paige.
Yeah, so Hickson's still leading. Then it looks like a pack of Whitford, Ariano, and Rosalind Barrett for McMaster. And then back to Woodhouse. So that's 3 Guelphs in the top 4. That's gonna be tough to beat. Queens has been a team that's really come on this year. They were 4th here last year.
Pulling away from the field.
But MadDawg Pluvier was 6th at the Bayfront Open, where the team
There's a great race on for
placed
the medals here.
3rd.
Chase pack of 3.
So that's Hickson. And then Whitford, Ariano, and Rosalind Barrett.
Fight for this. Let's go,
Well,
ladies.
currently with 4 of the top 5, they may be challenging that OUA record low score last
Woodhouse
year,
there in 5th. And then Western has 2 runners.
Look to be Guelph in the lead in the team competition so far, followed by Western.
There's Olivia Roussel moving well. Sophie Coots up there, followed by Chloe. 1 queen so far, 2 max, 3 max. There's the second queens, likely Emma Graham. Pascal Gendron falling back there, and then Nicole LaRue and Samara Kwan. Samara Kwan's on the left there for Windsor. Was 10th here last year as a rookie. Just behind Sophie Coots for Rookie of the Year. There's 2 more McMasters. So it looks like with about 6K to go, it's gonna be Guelph Western McMaster, unless something crazy changes. And it's hard to say the battle for 5th. We had some teams, Toronto, Waterloo, and Windsor, really the main challengers there. Toronto's got a lot coming through here right now. So it could be them for 5th. Too tough to tell right now though.
Come on, Chloe, you're looking so strong.
Got the leaders. So that's 5th place. Woodhouse has fallen back.
Come on, Chloe.
Come on, Chloe. Go with her, Chloe. Come on, just use her. Come on, let's go. You got this.
So there's Sadie Jane Hickson looking like she's gonna take the dub. It is going to be tight for the other medals though. Wow. Rosalind Barrett, Nina Whitford, and Annika Ariano. Ariano, a World Junior cross-country team member, hasn't been racing too much this year. It's her first 8K of the season, and in the medals. Pretty impressive. Here's for 5th. Roussel and Woodhouse. A really good run here for the Waterloo athlete. That's Claudia Heaney. She's been having a really strong season. If Waterloo manages to come 5th somehow, it's going to be a big reason why. But we are going to try to run over to the finish. See what happens. All right. Did not manage to catch the 2nd place battle, so gonna have to check the live results for that. I'm gonna call it Guelph Western McMaster Queens. Heard it here first. Unless you were at the race, then you did not hear it here first because you'd have been watching this on delay.
Back for most of the first 5 kilometers. Western, on the other hand, pushing the pace at the start. And it's going to be a very tight finish for 2nd and 3rd. We'll have to wait for the official scoring and see how that was.
Emma Waddington, 5th year of eligibility, 6th year as a student.
Let's help all these runners in. Every spot's important.
Throw a COVID year in there. It's an important note today, COVID's still a problem. I've heard from a lot of teams talking about how some of their team members have caught COVID because unfortunately we don't have any more protections left in our schools, in public spaces. And when you don't have those, you can't protect yourself. So, you know, if we want safe sports and equitable sports, we've got to change those policies. We've got to do something about it. It affects us all. COVID is not something you want to get. It's especially not something you want to get multiple times, which a lot of people are getting it right now. So that's the PSA for today. You can check out Linktree Kilometers for Public Health Care if you want to get involved with a good group of people. We're just going to keep watching the runners throughout the finish here. We saw the leaders for a lot of the race. And now we'll see everyone else. It's Morgan McEwen for McMaster there. Was a U Sports 3K finalist in 2020. Had some injury issues. Good to see her back. Cannot believe that's how you pronounce her name now, McEwen. You look at how it's spelled, does not line up.
Come on, she's right behind you. Digs it hard, suck it up.
EJ Boston. Hallie Nelson there for Western. Was a finalist over the K last year at U Sports. Here's some Laurier athletes. We talked to some Laurier athletes after the Bayfront Open. They're saying their goal today was to finish 7th as a team. I'm not sure they did that, maybe 8th. It was likely for 5th, 6th, and 7th between Windsor, Toronto, and Waterloo. Did not really pay too close attention to Laurentian. They could have snuck in there. Pascal Gendron scores relatively low for them. It's another Windsor. Took Guelph 19 points to win this championship last year. And they were probably potentially under that today. They had 3 in the top 4, about 8 points there, and then 5th and maybe 8th. So I guess a bit over 19, not quite beating their score from last year. But remember, anything can happen at U Sports. Guelph dominated this championship last year. Western finished ahead of them at U Sports. Laval women, of course, won, as well as the Laval men last year in Quebec. It was a great story for the French squads to win on home turf on Les Plaines. Historical site. We still got some runners finishing up here, so we're just gonna walk through a bit. Some Brock runners. The last folks finishing up here for
Toronto Metropolitan. Not a lot of trails around that school. Right in the heart of downtown, concrete jungle. And that's all she wrote for the women's 8K. We will be back with the men. We'll be a bit, oh, we got a couple more. We'll be back with the men. We'll have a bit more time to get some pre-competition context in there for you. Unfortunately, we were a bit rushed today. Some boys were doing a workout. We had to stay there until they were done. And we will see those boys at the London Western Track and Field Club, aka the Backroads Bandits. Potentially in the Tomato Tantrums singlets, the red ones they like to wear, or the Mango Madness. We'll see them at ACXC in Ottawa at the end of November. But that's it for the women's 8K. We'll tune back in with you in a few. Actually, it'll be 0 seconds for you because we are able to cut this magic. All right, we're here for the start. Oh no, I got my own here.
Oh, this is for me?
Kyle here is gonna help me introduce some boys. Was handing me the mic. He doesn't know how this works. We have 2 mics, not just one. I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully, some guys doing some strides. Kyle, how many strides do you like to do before a race? What is the perfect number of strides? I don't think I ever got it figured out. I was too much of a crusty runner.
I think it's more important to just like look better than everyone else while you're doing your strides.
That is fair.
Because look good, feel good, race good.
It is true. Half the race is in the looks. The other half is in the fitness, which takes lots of practice. So really, I mean, if you have good looks, you don't have to work that hard. But yeah, they're warming up, doing some strides. We're gonna have an interesting race today between a few teams. We got McMaster coming in. You can see them in the gray and maroon in the middle as the favorites. They've got guys like Max Turek, who won in 2018, Davies, who won last year. So two champions, 2 OUA champions on their team. They've also got Alex Drover, who's got a whole pile of 4th and 5th place finishes to his name. Nick Bannon waving to the camera. You love to see Nick. Drover has finished 4th in the 2020 3,000 meter at U Sports, and also in 2022, and he's finished 5th on 4 occasions, almost single-handedly taking over the McMaster team 4th place curse for himself, but he's really fast. So they've got those 3 up front, and then in support they have Dylan Alec, who was on the team in 2019 when they won a silver medal, and now has a 14-minute 5K to his name. He's back doing a master's degree and has 1 year of eligibility left. And Sam Neuselder, who was 13th here last year at OUA's, rounding out the squad, as well as David Marchand, who will back them up in 6th. So that's McMaster. Pretty stacked team, Kyle. I don't know, what you got a comment on anything else going around right now?
I do. So we're talking about the top 2 teams here with Guelph and Mac, but if you look a little farther down the field, you have Windsor and Queens, I think. And I think these schools match up well, but the mullets from Windsor this year just are not as good as previous years, and I think that's gonna hurt them on the course today.
You are very right, Kyle. The Windsor squads have historically had hands down the nicest hair. It looks like Mawinnie's still got one going over there. Let's see, there he is. If I can he's walking back. But not the kind of hair we've seen from guys like Josh Zillies, who was 16th last year at U Sports.
you know, that could hurt them today. They were telling me they want to be ranked in the top 10 this year. Dalhousie keeps, or not Dalhousie, St. FX. Coaches keep voting for St. FX. Windsor wants to show them they shouldn't. And we'll see if Luke Mawini and Jonathan Ryu can lead that squad out today. Queens, also potentially a contender for a medal. They were 2nd overall at the Bayfront Open 2 weeks ago. Guys like Mitch Kirby, who was 13th at U Sports last year, a 2nd team All-Canadian. Guys like Miles Brackenberry, Jude Wheeler-D, and Roman Mironov, who were 10th, 6th, and 7th 2 weeks ago at the Bayfront Open, helping that team do a 2nd place. And it's really all gonna come down to that 5th runner for them. Kyle, if you're that Queens 5th runner, where you've got 4 guys who are pretty stacked, there's a lot of pressure on you. I don't know, like, how do you get through that kind of pressure there as the 5th runner? Everyone's counting on you to clinch that medal.
Well, on the topic of clinching, I think you just got to make sure you hit the porta potties early before they run out of toilet paper, because that can become a big problem late in the race. And the worst part is you can feel it coming, and it can affect you even before the late part of the race. So it's just really good planning, leads to good execution, leads to good races.
Kyle Madden with the porta potty tips. Excellent color commentary from the guy. This is why we brought him out. And making some excellent points. You've got to hit that porta potty early. You never know if the line might be too long. We've also got Guelph who could contend today. They haven't been racing too much this year. A lot of their guys have been sitting out. That could be a good strategy that pays off. You know, sometimes you rest up, it can work out. They've got guys like Nick Bannon, who was 9th at U Sports last year. Gavin Hughes was 8th at OUAs last year. You know, he's an off and on guy, bit of a light switch. Let's see if he can put a couple good races together today and at U Sports. He was 11th a couple weeks ago at the Bayfront course. Alec Purnell has not raced yet this year. Was 9th at OUAs last year. Silver medalist in the 15 and 1K. At U Sports track this past winter. They have Ryan Davies. We'll see how he does. He's an NCAA transfer.
Max Davies, sorry.
Oh, Max Davies. Getting my Davies mixed up. Thankfully, we got Kyle here to correct me like that paperclip guy on Microsoft Word. But yeah, World Junior 1500 participant last year, Max Davies. So he's pretty fast, and we'll see how guys like Christian Rockner and Ryan Leto and Gaetano Pochi can do for them.
Jack Leto, sorry.
Jack Leto. Again, Kyle just coming in clutch with the names. And the last team I want to mention here for a potential medal contender is Western. They've got a pretty good squad of guys, but they're going to need a lot of them to step up. Marcel Shayla, historically very good runner for them. He was 4th at OUAs last year. He had a bit of a bad bout of COVID last year. Had to sit out for a few months. We'll see if he's recovered enough today. They've got Mitch DeLange, has not raced yet. He's a past 2nd team All-Canadian at U Sports. Was 15th last year at U Sports. Hasn't raced yet. We'll see if he's racing today. They've got Ethan Lokes, Keithan Sivapragrazam, big name, and Ben Fox. Pretty good guys. Rounding out the field, Eric Orling, and it's probably going to be Kyle Koyanagi or Mark Royce. We'll see what we get. Kyle, you have anything else to comment on?
Just one more thing in the Rookie of the Year competition. I might be forgetting some names, but I believe the top 2 contenders this year for Rookie of the Year both come from Guelph. I think it could be an interesting just sort of 6 and 7, 5, 6 man battle there between those 2 Griffins, and perhaps another athlete from a different school shake it up. But it's always good to keep an eye out for the young guys because they just run on pure heart, and I love it.
You do like to see the young guys. It is tough as a rookie coming in. Some of these guys have been here for 5, some even 6 years. If you're Laval, you've been here for 15 years. But today we don't have Laval. We'll see them in a couple weeks. in Halifax. That's where U Sports will be. We're about to get going, about 3 minutes. It's an 8K race. We'll see, probably gonna be around 25 minutes, maybe a bit under, but we're gonna move off the course here. Thanks, Kyle, for helping us out. Do you wanna stick with us during the race a bit, or?
We'll see how it plays out. I'm not moving too fast today because of a little injury, but we'll see.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks for helping out with the intros, and we'll see how this race plays out in a few seconds. There we go. Funneling through here.
Let's go, Griffin! Let's go, Max! Let's go, Alex! Let's go, Gavin! Let's go, Ben! Let's go, Ryder!
Going right into that corner. We'll run up. We mentioned some teams. Last year, it was Guelph who won. It took them 32 points. They beat McMaster by 2 points. McMaster looking for revenge today. They won in 2018. Guelph winning in 2019 and 2021. And three-headed dragon for McMaster out early. Davies drove her Turk. And lots of others. Like we mentioned in the women's broadcast, for those of you who don't know, the way cross-country team competition works, each team gets 7 runners. The top 5 runners score a certain place depending on where they finish. If you finish first, 1 point. Second, 2 points. Third, you guessed it, 3 points. You take the top 5, you add them up. Lowest team score wins. We're gonna run across the green because we're savage. Let's fucking go across the green, boys. Love to see it. Fuck golf. Let's go. All right. Bad viewpoint. We're moving.
Should we go post up on Twitter to get all the...
All right. Gonna try and not get blocked from some spectators. Cole Annam, how's it going today?
Wow.
You want to take the hot mic for a sec?
All right, quickly, I go.
You have any comments on the Windsor boys before they come through here in a few seconds?
They have a big dream. I believe in their cause. I think they're good enough to show the OUA and the U Sports. They do deserve a spot at the U Sports National Championships.
We'll see what they can do. Guys like Luke Mawhinney, Johnny Ryu, looking to put in some big efforts for the Lancers. Gonna try and come, we'll see if they can come 5th. That would be a good day.
We're looking for
4th would be even
Fourth
better. And we'll see if they can sneak in there and do it. And here they come. Last race, we were trying to use a new media device. It was way too heavy, and we apologize for the women. We'll be better at U Sports in 2 weeks. And here we go.
Let's go, Roman! Go get him, Miles! Good job, Will! Let's go, Andrew! Hold on, Aiden! Stick with it, guys. Come on, Lincoln!
Cole Annam on the mic there was a member of the Lancer squad last year. That Lancer squad just missed qualifying for U Sports. Their school's criteria is gotta be ranked in the top 10. I think they were 11th or 12th. Still came out to U Sports to watch his boy
Josh Zillies comes 16th. A good run for him that day, although he would have liked to be a few places further ahead, get that all-Canadian status. But that's how it goes, and then we had a fun time partying after, because some COVID protections were still intact then. Now they're not, unfortunately, and stuff like that. They're subjecting yourself to some very high risks, unfortunately. You know, I can't fault people for doing it, but would like to have an environment where you can do it safely. Roman Mironov really gunning it there for Queens. See if that hurts him later. About 1.5K into the race here. All right. Just looking at our notes, you know, another team that could challenge for that 5th spot is Lakehead, who actually beat U of T at the Bayfront Open a couple weeks ago. A bit of an upset. Got dudes named Jet and Leaf. Great names. We met them a month ago here at this race. And they've also got a guy named Connor McIntosh, who's very fast. He was 9th at the Bayfront Open. We gotta get off the course. Yeah. So Queens sending a lot of guys. That's Kirby there in the backy cap. Mironov in the middle, D on the outside. Davies out front there for McMaster. Max Davies up there and Bannon for Guelph. Look like they're being a bit more patient, and sometimes that's the winning strategy. Gotta set the Strava here. We just missed about 500 meters of Strava, unfortunately, but oh well. Logged about 3.5K during the women's race. We are going to go. Mentioned that U of T team, we spoke to them at the Bayfront Open. They're led by Ben Shore and also Brandon Raftis, who was 17th here last year. So you get some good footage of some trees. Got a dust bomba here. He's running. See the squad. Can't let him beat me in the spectator 400.
Coming up on 3 kilometers. Coming up on 3 kilometers in our men's race here. It looks McMaster to be pushing back to the front. Still a very strong lead path here.
Come on, Cam! Come on, Johnny!
Cam Sarah, guy for Windsor, hasn't raced this year. Ran for U of T 2019. The U of T boys were telling me it's a rivalry. U of T Windsor, because that Cam Sarah deserter move. We'll see. He's running well right now for Windsor. They are trying to make a statement. Windsor in the 2000s, a very strong team. Medaled almost every year with Guelph. And their last medal here was in 2016. So we'll see if they can add to that or break that streak. And we'll get back to you in a bit. All right, so Mac with 5 guys in that lead group. Guelph with 4, Queens with 4, and then a couple more Guelph. There's 4 Westerns and 1 Western in the lead. Let's go, Luke. It is definitely a hot one. It's warmed up to about 15, 16 degrees after going down to 0 overnight. So it might be a bit of a shock, and going out hard, I think that's gonna cost some people. We'll see who can hold on and who can't. But it will be interesting. It continues to be Turek, Drover, and Davies. Dylan, Alec slotting in behind them. There's Marcel Shayla, Ethan Laux, Keithan Siva Pergrazum, Mitch DeLang, and Eric Orling. All right, we've never done this route before. Running all the way to the end here. So this is at 5K. And they are making a move. Davies and Turek. Bit of a check back from Davies. He wants his boys to come with him. Alec and Drover, Mironov, and Wheeler D trying to hang on. Nick Bannon behind them in the black for Guelph. Mitch Kirby, white cap, Sam Naselder, Alec Purnell, and then Miles Brackenbury. This is a good one for Queens, but where is their 5th? Because that's 1 Guelph, 2 Guelph. Christian Rockner having a good one for Guelph. Max Davies trying to hold on for Guelph. There's 2 big Windsors up here as well. Ryu and Syrah.
But very close with Guelph and then Western.
It's 11 and 12 right now for Windsor. That's McIntosh and Ben Fox. Here's Shayla.
However, Western has 5 very tightly packed.
Here's a Guelph.
This is going to be an outstanding finish among the teams.
I think that's Jack Leto for Guelph up there. And that's Pochi. There's Mitch DeLang. Here's the 5th Queens. He's got some work to do. We've got to run over there, but it's gonna be close. Whew, they're up there. About a K, maybe 2K to go before they come down this hill. Well, before they do, while we're out of breath, we had heard Kyle talking about porta potties earlier as we do our 2nd K in 5:23. Not bad for a spectator K. But yeah, here's a secret porta potty. If you're ever racing at Western, you can go about a K straight out from the finish and there's a secret porta potty just waiting to be used. And that looks like Davies and Turek, as they did at Bayfront. Turek did it at Bob Vigors They're pulling away. Drover behind them, and 3 queens, and Dylan Alec.
Let's go!
McMaster looks like they're gonna take this. Here's Mironov, Kirby, D, Alec. And we got Sam Naselder, followed by a bunch of Guelphs. Purnell, Rockner really rocking one. Brackenbury, that's Cam Sarah, that's Bannon, that's Ryu. And what place is that? We've got to count it back. I think that's 14th for Jonathan Ryu. This is Connor McIntosh and Ben Fox, Max Davies. So it looks like Guelph will hang on to second because Queen's 5th guy is very far back. There's a couple for Western. There's Ben Shorzy for Toronto. There's Jet for Lakehead, 2 Lakeheads. And it's going to be interesting to see who gets that 4th spot. So it looks like it's going to be McMaster, Guelph, and then Queens. Let's go, Bannon. Okay, let's lean into it, Luke. Let's go, Luke. All right, we gotta run. They're over there. We see a lot of spectators running to them. We got Steph Smith. Hello. Go Windsor, says Steph Smith, as they try to crack that top 5 today. Will they do it? They came 5th at U Sports in 2019. That was the mullet squad. Kyle Madden said their hair was lacking today. After getting a bit of a closer look, it is much better than expected. But where are their 4th and 5th? Gonna have to wait and see. And it looks like it's going to be in this battle of the 2 previous champions. Max Turek, the 2018 champion, is going to hold on and say, I've got that OUA curse, but I don't care. And here's Drover trying to hold on to a medal. They so often elude him. Let's go, Drover! They're gonna sweep the medals. Damn.
Mitch Kirby, Roman Mironov, Dylan Alec. That's 6th place. Jude Wheeler, D in 7th. There's your top 7. Gonna see Sam Nassel there in 8th. Here's the first Guelph, Christian Rockner, Alec Purnell, oh, Miles Brackenbury with a huge kick. Jonathan Ryu, that's 11th place, 12th place for Cam Syrah. That's 2 low ones. Nick Bannon finishing up. There's Western's first runner. Two more Westerns. Here's Queen's 5th. Will it be enough to beat Guelph? Toronto's got a couple. There's Windsor's 3rd. There's another one for Toronto. That was Raftis. Here's another one for Toronto. It's really going to be a question of where these last 2 Windsor runners are. That's a lot of Torontos packed in now, and also some Lakeheads.
Once again, let's help them all in to the finish here, ladies and gentlemen. Every even the non-team scorers can be placers for other teams. So help them all in. Every team spot is important.
Here's the 4th Windsor. I don't know if it's going to be enough. They had 2 low sticks. Toronto and Lakehead did not. But Windsor a lot more spread out. So we'll see how those numbers shake out later in the results. But that's probably going to be your top 7 teams. So that about wraps it up for the men's race. McMaster dominating. They're going to be tough to beat in a couple weeks at U Sports. Guelph taking second, Queens third, taking the medal. Western fourth, and then it's a toss-up for 5, 6, 7. Windsor, Toronto, and Lakehead. Some good runs, especially from those guys up north. I give them credit. Tough to train effectively up there, but we will head over, see if we can catch some interviews. Thanks for watching this, if anyone is. It's just for fun anyway. Yeah, we'll head out.